Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome to yet another episode of Host Journals, which is what I think I'm calling it, the Waystation Host Journals. Yeah, that sounds good. So, if you heard last week's episode, I was a little angry, and not that has dissipated at all. Really. But I just thought maybe I'd come on here and talk about something a little bit more, chill, like diet culture. So in season 3, we're actually going to have a whole episode on dieting, and it's really, 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 really good. But here's what I got to thinking about today. Since I've been really angry, and, my anger has a way of pointing inward. I've really not wanted to eat, and I've wanted to restrict myself. And because I haven't been feeling well, my pants are a little bit looser. Things are just like, water weight. I have no idea. And I'm like, all right, this is good. I could keep this up. I could just like eat like a sick person for forever, right? And I'm like, where the hell did that come from? So, I've been around things long enough to know that, food issues have a lot to do with control. When you can't control your outside circumstances in your life as you're growing up, you think about the things that you can control. And one of the things that you can't control is food. So it is just one of the myriad of ways that I tried to control things. So I think it was around high school, maybe, probably when it peaked for a lot of people, when my friends and I got our hands on some like diet pills, and it was, I can't remember, but they had like ephedra or something in them, and they'd make you like really wired. You'd feel like you were on like cocaine. I have no idea why I know how that feels. And you wouldn't be hungry, because, you were just on this like a adrenaline rush or whatever. I don't know what the exact details. And it was really bad for your stomach, like so bad for your stomach. Then, it was like, those pills are bad for you. I'm not going to take them anymore. I'm just going to drink like a ton of coffee and never be hungry. And then it became like, oh, I read somewhere, because this information is so accessible to all, that you could, the minimum amount that you needed to survive was 1,200 calories a day. So that became my default whenever I wanted to lose weight. And, there were people that would say things to me sometimes when I would like drop a lot of weight. And then of course I'd gain it back because it wasn't like sustainable, like, is everything okay? But at the same time, I would also, especially from men, get a lot more attention. And that was another addiction, male attention. Yes. So it was just this vicious cycle, whenever life became unmanageable, whenever I felt like I couldn't, like things were out of control, I would say, what is something that I can control? The food that the amount of food that I put into my body. Like, I actually had a thought today why I was going to talk about this. Probably because I had an everything bagel with cream cheese today, veggie cream cheese. And, I'm from New York, so like cream cheese bagels are like a thing, like, especially on the weekends, everybody's hungover. They go to their local bagel shop, and then they order like a nice big bagel, maybe sometimes bacon, egg, and cheese on it, or cream cheese. And you'd always hear someone go light on the cream cheese, because like, I've never been to a bagel shop where they immediately are like, let me go light on the cream cheese. No, they like slather that stuff on there, right? They just like put pounds and pounds of cream cheese on each bagel so that it's overflowing, coming through the hole, all that stuff. And Yeah, so this is why I was thinking about diet culture. And I realized that I really like cream cheese, you know? And if you're going to give me more cream cheese, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to lick it off of the side of the bagel to make it easier to eat the rest of it and not so messy. And then anything that falls onto that paper, I'm going to eat that too. Because why the fuck not? Just eat the cream cheese. Just eat the cream cheese. You know, and don't, if you, or don't eat the cream cheese, right? You don't have to eat the cream cheese if you don't like the cream cheese, but don't not eat the cream cheese because that might make it, 1,250 calories that you've had that day, because 1,200 calories is survival, right? Is just survival. And if you think that that's all you're allowed to do in this life is survive, then the food is not the real issue there, right? The food is just a manifestation of what you're truly feeling, of what's really going on in your life. And, I have since then, I don't think I've gone down to the whole 1,200 calorie thing or done calorie restriction. I mean, yeah, since I had my kid, but it was in a much healthier way. It wasn't like I factored in the fact that I was like breastfeeding and everything like that. So, but like real calorie restriction probably in about 10 years. So, but it is still, like I said earlier, when I got sick and I started to notice I was losing a little bit of weight, like, how could we keep this going? How could we make do? And what I'm trying to really focus on now is not body positivity, because like I can't do that. I can't help that first thought that comes into my mind when I pass by a mirror or pass by a window and see my reflection, which is, I'm a hippie woman. But what I can do is just be neutral about it. And just try not to take all that much notice about it. It does what it does. It needs what it needs. I give it what it needs. And I don't need to control every single little aspect of what it looks like. I have this one friend that when we were kids, we've known each other all our lives. We used to be like, okay, if we could put my waist on your legs, then we would have the perfect body. Because she was really, really tall, had long legs, and I've always had a really small waist. And, we would just create this fictional person. And, yeah, I guess it's because, like, what we see on TV, not always now. I know they're trying to be a little bit more open-minded, the media, about about the models that they choose and the actors that we see. But they're like this 1%, right? These people who have these bodies, they're not the 99% of the rest of us. It's just this 1% that gets like publicized and seen everywhere. But when you think about it, like, who doesn't want to be part of the 1%? There's the 1% richest people in the world. There's the, 1% most beautiful people in the world. It's the 1% luckiest people in the world, right? So, it's marketed to us as this ideal that is so exclusive to be a part of. And, when you're a kid, who wouldn't want to be part of that club? I mean, I certainly did. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about today. That's what this host journal is about. I hope that you're enjoying these. I hope I didn't scare you off with last week's rant too much. But it was just how I was feeling. And it's funny when I think about it, talking about this week, wondering like, why am I thinking about diet culture and why am I thinking about my body and blah, blah, blah. But like last week I was talking about the fact that like, I've been sick a lot. I had these 2 miscarriages this year, and like I've been angry with my body, which is a weird thing to be angry about. And I guess now I'm exploring all of the ways that I've taken my anger out on my body, which is through restriction. And I'm tired, like physically, literally tired, and I'm done. I'm done taking shit out on my body. I'm done being mean to myself. Are you mean to yourself? Like, what are the ways that you're mean to yourself? Like, I'm talking about doing it with food. I've done it with lots of other things, relationships and just money and work, like self-sabotage, like all of these ways that I've just brought myself down. And yeah, do you relate? I don't know. If you do, let me know in the comments or reach out to me on social media. You know all the handles. I'll put them in the show notes. I don't gotta say them again. But if you're watching here on YouTube, you could just go down below and comment. Okay, I'm going to go record another episode of season 3 now. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.